WBOW. Good morning, it's 8:09, and I would like to announce General Telephone, you better get ready, because third floor at Rhodes Hall will attempt to break the longest continuous record for a phone call tonight at midnight. The former record is 622 hours. They say that females talk a lot, huh? Maybe they better reevaluate that. Looking back in that little green bag.
Third floor call just a few minutes ago. They're going to try something this evening starting at midnight. You're not going to believe it, no way. They're going to try to break the world record for the longest phone call, something like 622 hours, somewhere in that vicinity. You'll know them if you see them. They'll have cauliflower ears. Harold Melvin.
I'm going to have to dedicate that record to the dudes in Rhodes Hall at ISU who are tonight at 12 o'clock attempting to break, right? Yeah, talk much, Murphy. They're going to break the world's record for the longest consecutive phone call, which currently is 25 days and some odd hours. I don't know. So they're calling from 3rd floor to 7th floor in Rhodes, I believe, and I can think of better people to call, but yeah, if you want to talk to some guy for 25 days, go get him, Ben. Good luck, dudes, you guys.
Kids. WBOW. 716 on top of the rock, and I just have some interesting information phoned into me on the telephone. The guys over at Rhodes Hall tonight on campus are going to attempt to break the world record for the longest phone call. A record now stands at 622 hours. Tonight at midnight, they're going to start and attempt to break it. 21 guys are participating between the payphones on the 7th and 1st floor. It should be interesting. We'll watch it very closely. WBOW Weather Group at 9:22. Some guys up at on ISU campus up on Rhodes Hall, starting tonight at midnight, is going to break the world record. The record is 622 hours for the longest phone call in the world. They're going to try to break that record starting tonight at midnight.
There's got to be
Barry Kids. WBOW. It's 11:49. Again, I must remind you, it all starts in about 10 minutes. Rhodes Hall will try to make the longest phone call on record. You'll have to break 622-hour record.
BOW at 9:33. That's 933. Little do you know what's been happening in this world of yours. For instance, many people have said that women are great talkers, right? Wrong. Fellas at Rhodes Hall are trying to establish a new world's record for the longest telephone call. The record is 622 hours. That's the longest call on record. They've now got 9.5 in, and they'll have to talk for a long time. In the day of women's lib, the men are going to take over. They're going to become the world's greatest talkers. Good luck, fellas at Rhodes Hall. And don't send me the bill, whatever you do, please. Thanks.
AM and FM.
It's 11 a.m. with Don Thomas, and I have just thought of something that you may not have thought of. If you realize the number of telephones in this country, they've ever wondered what everybody talks about? Well, I haven't, but I have wondered what the people at Rhodes Hall are talking about and trying to get the new world's record of 622 hours or more as they now enter their 11th hour. What can they talk about? Really, what? Hey, you want to go out and meet the boys for meal?
203 from WBOW. How there, friends and neighbors. Did you know 3rd floor Rhodes Hall is trying to break the world record for the longest continuous phone call, have completed 14 hours. Pete and Jim are on now.
into my life.
309 from WBOW. I've just been informed that 3rd floor Rhodes has completed its 15th hour non-stop telephone calls to break the world record of 622 or something.
Ringo Starr back off Boogaloo. Well, I just have word from Rhodes Hall, and the guys over there are attempting to break the record of the longest phone call on record. Now, the longest phone call on record is 622 hours. That's what, 25 days and 22 hours, something like that. And these guys are attempting, they're in their 20th hour now. John and Ted are on the phone right now. And I don't know what they're talking about, but I understand that it's kind of dirty. Gotta make the longest phone call on record. Now, the record stands at 622 hours. They're into their 20th hour. John and Ted are manning the phones right now. Good luck, John and Ted.
Hey, kids.
10:22 on top of the rocket. Some important information I forgot to include in the newscast tonight. The guys over in Rhodes Hall have been going 22 hours now. They're shooting for 622 hours. Only 600 more hours to go, guys. Pat and Bob are on the phones right now. I don't know what Pat and Bob are talking about. The last I heard, it was the old traveling salesman joke, you know, where the traveling salesman, his car, something goes wrong, and he goes up and asks the farmer if he can sleep at the farmer's house first. Mama, take this.
I certainly hope so, Silly. It's 9:08 from the top of the rock with Don Thomas. Third floor, Rhodes Hall, still attempting to establish the longest record, the longest telephone call. They've gone 33 hours, only have 589 to go. Jim and Al on the phone right now. They've completed 33 hours. Don Thomas at 12:38 checking into the phone situation with Rhodes Hall. They're trying to establish the longest record on call, or longest call on record, that should be. 622 hours. They just passed the 36-hour mark. But Steve and Larry, go get them.
WBOW.
9:48 on top of the rock. Well, I talked to Greg on the telephone many times. Now Greg is talking to Corky on the phone over in Rhodes Hall. They're in their 45th hour as they try to get at least around 623 hours. WBOW, Eddie Kendricks, keep on trucking. 10:09 on top of the rock. The guys over in Rhodes Hall trying to break that phone call record are just trucking right along there. They're in their 46th hour. Jim and Pat have their turn on the phones now. They have to go 622 hours. That's just short of 26 days, believe it or not. WBOW Staple Singers, if you're ready. Yeah, it's 11:17 on top of the rock. Pete and Steve are manning the phones over over in Rhodes Hall. I understand they're going to have a fire drill. It's well, now, if they have a fire drill tonight, what are Pete and Steve going to do? Nobody knows.
Barry Kent. Brand new, and that's Neil Diamond. It's called B. It's 12:06 from the Rock of Terre Haute. Well, they've done it. They've gone 48 hours so far. We're talking about the dudes up on the third floor of Rhodes Hall. They're going for 575 more hours of a continuous telephone call from the first floor to the 7th floor. Talking right now is Rick and Jerry. There's Mary Wells and My Guy.
WBOW at 11:06 with Don Thomas at Rhodes Hall, where they're trying to set that world's longest telephone call record. Third floor, that is. They're into their 59th hour on the horn, Greg and Larry, and they only have 563 hours to go. Just don't think about it, boys. Too late to turn back now.
This is to inform you that third floor Rhodes Hall is now in their 64th hour, and Ron and Pete are on the phone right now. Dr. John. Pete and Rich are on the phone now, third floor Rhodes, trying to break the world's record phone call of 622 hours. And they are in hour number 66.
You could probably buy him off, John. The Plastic Ono Band and the world will be as one. Imagine that, man. Just got a phone call from a dude over at Rhodes Hall, and they're working on their world's record longest telephone conversation, you know, whatever. And they're on the 67th hour. That's right. He even made a mistake the first time, and he's in it. So 25 days to go, man. So, you know, don't give up the ship, man. This is Magic Alex at WTA.
AM and FM. It's 6:58 from WBOW. The guys up in Rhodes Hall are now on their 67th hour trying to break the world's record for the longest telephone call ever. Steve and Jerry are on right now. Their mascot is a goldfish named Spot. The guys on third floor Rhodes just notified me that they are now into their 72nd hour in their effort to break the world's record of 622 hours for the longest phone conversation. John and What Is It TC are now on talking. Very well. I will love you. Oh, you knows it do.
And those gentlemen on third floor Rhodes Hall that are attempting to break the world's record for the longest continuous phone call are now into their 84th hour. And now the horns are Rich and Pat. I've got a feeling that when this is all over, somebody's going to say phone call, and they're all going to get sick.
410 from WBOW. The boys of third floor Rhodes Hall have now completed 88 hours in their quest to beat the 622-hour world record long-distance phone call. On the phone right now is Ron and John. Good luck. Don Thomas at 9:48 reporting on Rhodes Hall, third floor, who are trying to establish the world's record for the longest telephone call in history. The current record is 622 hours. They have completed 105 hours. And on the horn now is Randy and Pat. And, oh, guys, just think, only 517 hours to go. Give or take 2 or 3 minutes.
When the students involved learned that they wouldn't be able to reach their goal before Thanksgiving. According to Greg Sutt, one of the organizers of the marathon, the students in Rhodes Hall were shooting for an outdated record, which was allegedly held by Sanderson Hall. Unfortunately, the record was much higher than they thought and was held by a Michigan school. Today, Sutt talked with WAAC News and explained why the attempt was abandoned.
Well, we went 145 hours, and after realizing that the new record was 691 set by Western Michigan in 1969, that it was impossible to reach because of Thanksgiving vacation, which starts Tuesday, and we wouldn't have reached it till Wednesday, and dorms closed by then.